Hey there, Joy Seeker. Welcome back to Find the Joy with Jen. This is the space where we grow through what we're going through and learn to see God's fingerprints in every chapter of our lives. Today, we're talking about something subtle but life changing, the scripts that you've been following, the ones you didn't even realize were directing your thoughts, your emotions, and your choices. But before we dive in, if you've ever found yourself saying yes when you wanted to say no, or pretending you're fine when you're really not fine, then you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any of my new videos every week. Because around here, we're all about real talk, real healing, and finding joy, even after heartbreak. So let's talk about the hidden scripts that have been controlling your life and how God can rewrite them. Have you ever had a moment where you reacted in a way that feels automatic and thought, why did I do that? Or maybe you apologized when you weren't wrong, or you stayed quiet when your heart really wanted to speak, or said, I'm fine when you clearly were not fine. It's because somewhere along the way, you picked up a script that told you how to survive. It might sound like if I keep everyone happy, I will stay safe. If I never rely on anyone, then I can't be disappointed. If I don't try, then I can't fail. Those lines once made perfect sense. They were part of your survival story. But here's the problem. You've grown and your life has changed, but your inner director hasn't updated the script that you're using. So let's talk about the script that's running beneath the surface, almost like programming that's running in the background of your mind. When I say script, I mean those subconscious roles that we play without even realizing it. They include the thoughts that you think or the sentences in your mind that occur automatically. They can be inherited from your family dynamics or shaped by traumatic events or built from heartbreak and disappointment. We all have them. You might be playing the part of the peacemaker, avoiding conflict at all costs, or the Lone Ranger, convinced that it's safer to handle everything by yourself, or even the part of the perfectionist, chasing approval that you should never have needed to earn. Those roles made sense in one chapter of your life, but they don't fit the one that you're in now. The danger is long gone, but the performance continues, and you may not even realize it. So let's talk about the science and the spirit of why we create these scripts in our lives. I want to talk about why we actually do this because it doesn't happen because of weakness. It is biology, my friend. We all do it without even recognizing it. When something feels threatening, whether it is physical danger, emotional pain, or even deep rejection, our nervous system kicks in automatically. This is where trauma leaves its mark in our lives. In those moments, your body doesn't stop to analyze, it protects you. Your mind is so powerful, and you will go into one of these immediate responses. It happens mentally and physically at the same time without you even realizing it. You will fight, meaning you stand your ground, arguing or trying to take control of a situation, or you will flee. You will take flight. You will stay busy, avoid a situation, or just escape altogether to get away from the discomfort you feel. Or you will freeze. You will shut down, disconnect, or even just go numb. Those are the three responses that we automatically go into: fight, flight, or freeze when we encounter a traumatic experience. When these responses repeat over and over, they become habits, mental and emotional scripts that we just repeat automatically without realizing what we're doing. Your mind whispers, don't say anything, it's not safe. Keep running or you'll fall apart if you stop. Or stay calm and pretend everything's fine. That's how you'll survive. These scripts serve a purpose. They protect you from what your body perceives as danger, even if that danger was years ago in the past. The problem is that your nervous system doesn't always receive the update that the danger has passed. So, even in safe, loving, present day moments, your mind and your body might still be acting out an old scene, an experience where you actually were in danger. So here's where it gets tricky. This season of life changes, but the script stays the same unless you intervene and become aware of the scripts that you're using and make deliberate changes in your thought patterns and in your habits. You're not the same person anymore. You've grown, you've healed, you've learned, you've prayed, you've endured, but the lines haven't caught up. That script playing in your mind is still stuck in the past. And that's why you find yourself in a new relationship or a new job or even a new season of faith, but you still feel stuck in the same emotional patterns of your past. Your inner director hasn't written a new scene. That is what healing is. It's not erasing the story. It is retraining your mind and even your heart and your body to recognize that you are safe now and write a new script. One of my favorite scripture verses is in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See that I am doing a new thing. I love this scripture so much. God does not ask you to tear up that old script in shame. He invites us to hand it to Him and let Him help you write something new in your life. Your past role may have been about survival, but the next one, it is about freedom, authenticity, and faith, my friend. God is calling us into new chapters, new growth, new peace, new beginnings. But sometimes before we can walk into that, we have to set down our old script. You can't act out the story God's writing for you if you're still reading lines from the past. It doesn't mean pretending that your past didn't happen, and it definitely doesn't mean trying to forget it or erase it. It means trusting that the same God who got you through it can help you rewrite a new story, a better future for yourself. Let me share an example of how this works in real time. One of my clients came to me during a painful divorce, and from the outside, she looked like she had everything all together. She was managing everything, her job and taking care of her kids and showing up at church, keeping the house running. But underneath it all, she was exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. So, as we started working together, it became clear that she had been living out an old script. She didn't even realize she had memorized this script. Be strong, you don't need anyone, just keep moving. That script definitely served her well during the hardest parts of her marriage and the separation. It kept her functioning when everything was falling apart, which definitely has a place in our lives. But over time, that same script started to feel like a cage she was trapped in. She told me, I'm so tired of pretending like everything is fine. I'm tired of being strong all the time. And that's when the real healing began. Through our work, she started to pause instead of push through. She allowed herself to feel her emotions, to cry when she needed to rest when she needed to, and even to let people into her life again, which for her felt foreign at first. She was used to just doing everything alone and sort of keeping everyone on the outside. But as she let God into her pain, instead of just trying to be strong, something shifted inside of her. She said, for the first time, I feel peace. And not because my life is easier, but because I don't have to pretend anymore. That's what rewriting your script can look like, my friend. It's not about throwing away all of your strength. It's about using it differently. It's about shifting your perspective and letting faith, not fear, direct the next scene in your life story. So let's talk about how you can start rewriting the script that you're operating from. You don't have to rip up the whole screenplay overnight, my friend. Just start with one scene or one thought at a time. The first step is to notice the role that you're playing. When you feel yourself reacting automatically, ask, what role am I slipping into right now? And then trace it back. Where did that role begin? What are you protecting yourself from? The second step is recognize the director. Ask, who taught me this line? Maybe it was a parent. Maybe it was a role that you learned in a past relationship, or even your younger self trying to stay safe. Just figure out where it came from. When did you start playing that role? Third, honor its purpose. That old version of you kept you alive in a hard season. It kept you safe. Acknowledge that valiant effort from your past self, okay? She or he did their job beautifully. Thank that version of yourself who wrote those lines, who helped you get through that difficult time. They did the best that they could in that situation. The fourth step I want you to take, my friend, is to invite God to help you rewrite the script that you're working from. Pray and ask the Lord, help me to trade this script of fear for one of faith. Let Him hand you a new line that aligns with the truth, that it is safe for me to be honest. I can rest without losing my worth. I am allowed to receive love. I'm worthy of love. Let the Lord help you rewrite a new script for your life, one anchored in safety and trust and peace. And then the fifth step is to practice a new dialogue. You have to practice this new script. It's not going to come automatically at first. When life gives you a moment to respond, try doing it differently. Speak up instead of staying silent. Rest instead of running and pushing through. Let someone in instead of shutting down. That's how your nervous system learns to show it has changed and that you're safe to live freely again. Every time that you pause and deliberately choose to show up differently, even in a small way, you're rehearsing a new role. You're practicing a new mindset. And eventually, that script will become second nature. The beautiful part, my friend, is that you are not the role that you had to play to survive. You're the one who made it through. It is okay to have that character who carried you here and still hand the pen back to the Lord, because His next act, it's not about surviving the script. It is about living the story, right? It's about stepping in to the beautiful new life that you are creating with God's help. So, friend, maybe it's time to ask yourself, what script are you still performing that no longer fits? Maybe it's time to lay down the lines that have kept you safe and step into this new role that God is writing for you now, because you were never meant to live rehearsing old wounds, old pain, old stories. You were meant to step into a beautiful new life that you are creating with God's help, to live freely and fully and faithfully, my friend. If this message hit home for you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, my friend. That's what helps more joy seekers find this message. And I would love to hear from you. Drop a line in the comments below and tell me, what is an old script that you're ready to let go of? And if you're walking through divorce and you want help rewriting your next chapter with faith, confidence, and resilience, come and join me in Faithful Divorce. I would love to have you and be your coach. So go to Find the Joy with Jenn for more resources. I will help you grow better through your divorce journey. Remember, Joy Seeker, you don't have to keep acting out a script written in pain. That is the past. God is already writing your new one, and it is full of healing, peace, and joy. Thanks so much for joining me today, friend. Bye, y'all.